what are some of the disadvantages of living here in San Diego? We're going to cover that in this video, and we are starting right now. Hey everybody, David Calhoun with eXp Realty here in San Diego. If you're new to my channel, hit the like and subscribe button below. I post new videos every single week about all things San Diego. So today we're going to talk about what are the disadvantages of living here in San Diego, because we can all find tons of great things about living here in San Diego, all the benefits, but there are some disadvantages in my opinion, and I want to cover those so you know what they are. So the first disadvantage of living here in San Diego is going to be the traffic. So of course any city is bound to have traffic issues. San Diego is no exception to that. It's actually ranked as the number 40 of all the most significant metro areas in the country. And during some parts of the day, especially during rush hour, traffic can be unbearable, especially if you're looking to commute into downtown and then back up to North County. You will absolutely experience traffic on the 5 or the 15 if you don't live close to your work. The other thing that doesn't help is the construction that's happening, especially on the 5 right now, with lane closures only adding to the amount of traffic that we're experiencing. The second disadvantage of living here in San Diego is that you will most likely need a vehicle to get around. This goes back to the first disadvantage of traffic, because most people need a car to get around. There's going to be more traffic, like I mentioned earlier. But the city, the way San Diego is actually built, it's a very large city, meaning it's, distance-wise, it's spread out. It's not like a New York City or Chicago where you can use major public transit systems to get around. San Diego is really spread out. The downtown actually is not that big. And much of San Diego, when you think about it, it's the beaches, it's the inland areas near the mountains. It's not the downtown city like you would think of another city. So you need a vehicle to get around. I mean, you can use public transit, but it's not as easy to use as other major cities. So if you're coming to San Diego, highly recommend that you get a vehicle. The third disadvantage is that there's no real seasons to speak of. We really say San Diego is summer and then not so summer. So in the summer months, anywhere from April to October, November, it can be pretty warm, upper 70s, low 80s, can get in the 90s in certain really inland areas. In the winter time, it's maybe upper 60s for highs, low 70s for highs. So you really don't get to experience, a true fall, a true spring. Obviously, there's really no snow. So if you are someone who really thrives in having 4 full dedicated seasons, San Diego is not the place for you. It's very, very temperate. The winter months can get a little bit rainy, but nowhere near like you'd experience in parts back east or in the Midwest. It's pretty mild and very, very temperate. Another thing that goes along with this is that there's no real trees that change colors. There's some here and there that you'll see the leaves fall and turn different colors. But if you're used to fall colors like you would see in the New England states or parts of the Midwest, that's just not the thing here. You don't really get to see that. So don't be surprised by that. Now I will say, it's not like Florida winters where it's very, very hot. There's a lot of misconceptions when people come visit us here from other parts of the country in the winter time, and all they bring are shorts and t-shirts. And at night it can get a little chilly in the winter months. So that's kind of the seasons, so to speak. I mean, you get the low 50s overnight in the wintertime to the upper 60s for highs in the wintertime. It's not like Florida, though, where it's 85 degrees in January. It can be, but it's not very often like that. So just know you don't get a ton of seasons. It's really just like 2 seasons. It's summer, not so summer, like I mentioned, meaning it's pretty warm and not so warm. So just come prepared. It's not like Florida. It's not super hot in the wintertime. But again, it's not like, of course, the Midwest where it's super cold. Another disadvantage is, of course, the cost of living. No surprise, San Diego is one of the most expensive places to live here in the country. And home prices have gone up significantly, over 20% in the last year. And home prices are actually predicted to continue to increase, probably not like what we've seen in the last year and a half, but they are predicted to continue to appreciate. So, you know, if you're looking for a single family house here in San Diego, you're probably going to spend $800 minimum to find something decent, unless you're looking for something completely rehab style. That's just going to be about 800 grand. So, you know, $1 million gets you something decent. 1.5 gets you something pretty nice, depending on where you are in the city here. But just 850 is kind of, you know, median sales price here in San Diego right now. So definitely about 2 to 3 times what you would expect in other parts of the country. However, it is cheaper here in San Diego than some other cities like New York City, like San Francisco, like even Seattle or parts of Los Angeles. So we do get some relocation clients coming from Seattle, San Francisco, that are able to actually afford more housing in San Diego because less expensive. Now, if you're coming from, you know, a Florida market, somewhere in Florida, Texas, Dallas, Houston, parts of the Midwest, of course, it's going to be super expensive probably to you. So just keep that in mind. 850, 900,000 kind of gets you your starter home here. If you're looking for a condo, 1 or 2 bedroom, you can get into a decent one for probably 500 to 700,000, depending on size and location. And the last disadvantage is the downtown of San Diego is extremely unimpressive. In my opinion, having visited other major metropolitan areas in the country, downtown San Diego just does not have a lot to offer, in my opinion. It kind of just isn't the type of downtown you'd expect here in San Diego. Definitely not like Chicago or even Minneapolis, where I'm from. Not like New York. It's just, there's a lot of homelessness, and there's some shops, lots of high-rise buildings. But other than that, there's just not a ton to do, in my opinion. I'm sure I'm going to get people on this video commenting and saying there's plenty of things to do, but in my opinion, I just don't think the downtown San Diego is particularly fun or impressive by any means. Parking is terrible, and it just doesn't have a very safe feel, in my opinion. So, and I grew up in the city. I'm used to big cities, and downtown San Diego just doesn't cut it for me. So it's unfortunate, but San Diego has tons of beaches and other beautiful parts, you know, beautiful suburbs to visit. So downtown is just a very small part of it that can be avoided, in my opinion. So I'm sure I'll get some hate for this in this video, which is fine. So anyways, those are my disadvantages here of San Diego. There's plenty of advantages, though. I've done videos on that here. I'll link these above and click on those if you're curious about what some of the benefits are of living here in San Diego. If you're curious about other parts of this beautiful city, watch some of these videos. I've done neighborhood tours to help you determine if, you know, San Diego is going to be a good place for you. And if you're considering relocating here to San Diego, I'll leave all my contact info in the description box below, and I'd love to be the real estate agent of choice. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.